Alrighty guys, so it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and I'm going to make some supper tonight. I'm going to make some short ribs in the Instant Pot. So I thought, haven't done a recipe in a while, so anyhow I thought I'd go ahead and film it. So I used short ribs. I buy also some stew meat because my wife's not a short rib fan, but I am. These are all the ingredients. Obviously the short ribs, tomato paste, mushrooms, a whole onion. I use rosemary and thyme for spices, beef broth, and I'll use a little bit of red wine, and I'll show you when that comes into play. But I use it pretty much to deglaze before I start cooking. So the first thing I do is I'll put a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pot. And I'm going to hit the saute button. And then once that heats up, I'm actually going to just go ahead and saute the meat a little bit, just kind of brown it on the outside. So here we go. So I added the short ribs to the pot after the oil has gotten hot. And I'm just going to saute it on each side. You got to kind of move it around a little bit, slide them. They do have a tendency to want to stick to the bottom of the pan right away. It is kind of a sticky meat. So we're going to flip it around and turn it until we get it brown on all sides. And I'm going to do the same with my wife's roast or stew meat. I also like to salt and pepper it while it's browning as well. Okay, so I've got my little bit of wine in there, my tomato paste, and now I'm going to pour some beef broth, and I pour just enough to cover that meat, and it's going to be about 4 cups, pretty much the box. And now I sprinkle over the top of it some crushed rosemary. And some thyme. I wanted to point something out that I've noticed about this is always check your seal, your ring, and make sure that it's properly seated with that little stainless into the groove. I found sometimes I don't look at it and don't realize it's not there, it's moved, and then when I put the lid on, it will not seal. So always check that before you put the lid on. So I've turned it off saute. Everything's sitting there ready to go. So I'm going to put my lid on, close it, and then I'm going to go down here, and the setting that I want to use is pressure cook. And I'm going to cook this for 40 minutes. So you just set it, you wait, and then it will beep. There you go. And now it's going to start cooking. So it usually takes about 10-15 minutes for it to build up enough heat to start to pressurize. Then it'll pressurize, then it'll start counting down. And so we'll wait for that to happen and then go on to the next step. So as soon as I put the lid on, I realized I forgot one of the ingredients. So luckily it hadn't started cooking, so I turned it off. But I actually do put carrots in, and normally I would saute those carrots after the mushrooms, just not very long, but we'll be okay, they'll cook down. There we go, carrots are in. So we'll do this again. Pressure cook, 40 minutes. And away we go. Okay, so it cooked for 40 minutes and it has been kind of releasing pressure here for 6 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the manual release. It's just about released, waiting for the pin to drop. There it goes. So now we can pop the lid off. And there it is in all its deliciousness. So what I usually do to thicken up the sauce a little bit is I mix a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch in water. And I'm going to pour that in there. And it's literally going to start thickening up that that gravy that's in there. And you can serve it over rice, noodles. I'm trying to lose weight, so I've been eating low carb. So we're going to serve it over cauliflower rice. And this is what we use. Just put it in the microwave for 5 minutes and you're good to go. Just so you can see the finished product. And it literally falls off the bone. So give it a try. I like it. So tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. So here's the finished product plated. Good stuff.